Let's be real. Modern isekai has conditioned us to accept mush brain as the norm. We've become so used to the clueless hero in a new world formula that authors have basically stopped trying to build complex narratives. Why bother with subtlety when you can treat the audience like a baby who needs their lore mush pre-chewed? We aren't watching stories anymore. We're passively consuming audio versions of a wiki page. This trend encourages us to just stop thinking entirely. If the show doesn't dictate the rules to us in a 10-minute speech, we panic. The laziest way to explain a universe is to introduce a lore sponge, a character from Earth who needs everything explained from scratch. It's the ultimate narrative cheat code. And look, don't come for me, but the early arcs of show like Bleach are basically a proto-isekai. The main hero walks into the Soul Society, and the next 100 episodes are essentially him acting as a container for jargon. But what if the hero isn't a portal hopper? What if they've lived in this world for 15 years? Well, that's when the author activates the tactical idiot protocol. Authors of shows like Naruto love this. The kid spent years in a school specifically designed to teach him to be a ninja, but when basic concepts are mentioned, he looks like he's just seen a ghost. It's purely so that we, the viewer, don't have to use a single brain cell to follow along.
This class. This is fire. This hot, it causes pain. We do not eat it. Questions?
Fire. Is that like spicy air? Why did nobody tell me about this during my 12 years of training at the Academy of Fire Arts?
Because the invisible entities watching us from the viewer demographic are too lazy to do the math, so I have to repeat everything like I'm talking to a toddler.
But there is a better way. Think of early One Piece. Nobody turns to the camera and delivers a 10-minute lecture on how the world functions. Information is revealed organically through character experience. A navigator understands the sea. A cook understands exotic biology. A swordman knows the swords, and etc. This method turns characters into real people, not just walking encyclopedia entries. But it requires the author to actually do the work. They have to inhabit the characters, ensuring every piece of lore feels like something that person would actually say, rather than the author hijacking their body for a data dump. The ultimate cringe moment is when an adult protagonist, who should know how his own world works, stops and asks, "Wait, what is magic?" Unless they have amnesia, or were raised by literal cavemen, this is just humiliating. It's the exact moment a story becomes a lecture, and you realize the author holds you in complete contempt. And thus the hero, armed with the legendary Spoon of Destiny, faced the dreaded gluten monster of the West. The spoon is legendary! I know if I didn't tell it, you would have just thought it was a normal eating utensil. This exposition, while a giant monster tries to crush characters, is vital, very important to story, so we'll pause an action scene for it. This is what I'm talking about. We've been conditioned to wait for the explanation before we decide if we enjoy something. World building should be a puzzle the viewer enjoys solving, not a microwave oven instruction manual that is read out loud to us. Good anime respects your intelligence. Bad anime is terrified you will change the channel if you have to think about a concept for longer than 5 seconds. So which do you prefer? The comfortable isekai mush, or a world you actually get to discover yourself? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe if your brain hasn't already completely liquefied.